Kids I hate in my class. Now I know I haven't recorded a video in 2 days, so let's talk about one. So, there's this one kid called Jacob. And keep in mind, no one liked Jacob because he was an asshole. And no one likes him because he was the worst kid in our school of all time. But there was another kid who got expelled, but I'll get into that later. Right now, let's talk about another thing where Jacob kinda used me for. Well, I wouldn't say use, but I said use against me. I guess that's a better word to describe it. So, I'm scared of sharks. And I'm mentioning this to the teacher. And while I'm mentioning this to the teacher, now keep in mind, there was a computer, and almost at the end of the day or sometime later in the day, there's this big computer, and it was used for the end of the day where everyone can do whatever the hell they want, or if someone's Chromebook isn't working and have to use it. Jacob was using it. And he heard it. And you know what he did? Also, there's another thing. We had a whiteboard where we could put in what the computer showing. He shows frickin' sharks. And you know what I do? Do you know what I did? I screamed my head off because to this day, I am still scared of sharks. And this happened some months ago, way before I started this YouTube channel. So, and my teacher's right near me. She's right near me. I'm not gonna use her real name, but we all call her, her last name is very long, so and we always call her Miss D, so we're just gonna call her that. Miss D says, "Whoa, Jacob, some are scared of sharks, so don't do that." You know what Jacob does? Almost at the end of the day, because we were in the middle of the day, where everyone's that part of time. So I'm chillaxing at the end of the day. And you know what Jacob does? Do you know what this asshole did? He shows me a shark picture in a book. So then he chases me all the way when I go running to Car Rider Line. Good thing the teachers got him because he wasn't able to run into Car Rider Line. So that was actually good. So it was good when I ran into the gym because you see, in the gym, never mind. It's kind of our private way of our school because I don't want some kids from my school saying, "Oh, Summer's from this school and I go to the same school as her," even though you're not supposed to be watching this because this is practically not advertiser friendly because I cursed even though that doesn't make a difference. So here's this next kid called Cyrus. And by the way, if you two are watching, just to let you know, I hope you both are in a car crash because that's how much I hate you. So, never come to my face ever again. But anyways, Cyrus was the worst. Because to the point he got the teacher, no, not the teacher, the principal to hate him. And I'm just going to keep it to the oh hell no. So, while I'm telling the story, I got back from lunch, I go to the classroom, and I see that Cyrus and Jacob has a book. And I was like, oh hell no. So I closed my eyes immediately. And then they both come up to me and say, "Open your eyes. It's a cat. We promise." And if Cyrus agrees, then that means it's a shark. And I'm like, no. So then we start fighting. And note, my eyes are closed. So when I hurt Jacob, he pushed me right on a concrete wall. It hurt me pretty badly. And I was being ambushed, just to let you know. And there was like this new teacher, which we're just gonna call her Mrs. Panda because I nicknamed her Panda, and I'm not gonna tell her real name. Broke up the fight, and I left. Now, this next one. Oh boy! So, Cyrus and Jacob chased me to Caroline with that shark picture in that book. Now, remember last time where Jacob wasn't able to get me? This time, they were able. I left, relieved, and I almost thought they were gone for good till they came in, closed my eyes, and then I destroyed that book. And the teacher saw, and they're like, "Get the hell out, you bitch." So they're like, well, they didn't say that because it's like, so they left. So yeah, that was a bunch of jerks. And Cyrus is actually expelled from our school. Well, I wouldn't say expelled, but after when we're done in school, he like comes to our school when we're done. It's stupid that he's still here. And some of my teachers could be watching this right now and saying, "Oh, why is she sharing this to the internet? Oh, why is she using those two of them of their real names?" Because I can, and the reason why I'm respecting you is because I actually like you. Now this next one involved me with my friends, but it didn't involve shark pictures, so that's good. It finally has stopped. So while I was at a read aloud with my teacher, I'm just gonna call her Miss Flower because it's very convenient because she's named after a certain flower, but I'm not gonna tell you because she could be watching right now and she could be like, "Oh, she doesn't respect my privacy," so that's why I'm just calling her Miss Flower. Anyways, I don't know if I was back from read aloud or lunch, but basically, Cyrus hurt Mrs. Panda's arm, and then my friend, which he probably won't be watching, but I won't call him out, so I'll call him Josh. He broke Josh's glasses. Like, he took out one of the lens. And you know how you can hate Jacob even more? He blackmailed Josh, ordered to do something that he wasn't supposed to do, so now he had to wear laces. And yeah, that's why everyone hates Jacob, because he's a loser and no one likes him. I may be rude to him, but that's only because he deserves it. And he actually moved, and as soon as Christmas break was coming up, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna move on Christmas." I was like, "Okay, that's the best thing ever." I was like, "Yay!" I was keeping that to myself because I don't want the teachers to hate me and say, "Oh, you're a cunt, how dare you." And when he visited, I was like, "Oh, hell no." Oh, I just left the classroom immediately because I don't want to talk to Jacob ever again. So, those are my bad encounters at school. Hopefully you enjoyed.